Hey everyone, so after several months of Busch Gardens telling us that there's a new summer event coming but not giving us the name, they announced during the Food and Wine Festival that the event during the summer would be the Summer of Wonder. And here we are, we're in the Summer of Wonder. It's going until August 11th. They're supposed to have some artwork, some special food, some concerts. So we're going to go around, take a look at everything that's new for this brand new event at Busch Gardens. And also, we have some exciting news. Something that we've been watching for a while has finally officially opened. So we're going to go take a look at that. Let's go see. If you're wondering what the Summer of Wonder holds, here's a nice summary of it. It goes from now until August 11th and has fine art, fantastic foods, and first-class thrills. So that's what we're going to be seeing today. Gardens always has great photo opportunities at the front of the park as soon as you're through the front gate. This is their photo opportunity for the Summer of Wonder. Like, that W is taller than Jen. That's how big this sign is. This is amazing. Globe Theater is the return of a favorite, the American Jukebox Summer Remix. As you can see, there are a couple of showtimes. There may have been more, but we're here a little bit later today, so they may have already taken off some other times. There's at least 2 showings a day. The area at the front of the park where you would have picked up your tasting passes during the Food and Wine Festival is now where you pick up your concert series wristbands for the Summer of Wonder, right next to the sweet shop. And you can see they have a sign out in the front, let you know you can pick up your wristband before 2 p.m. here, but you can also visit the Upgrade Center in Germany before 5 to pick it up there as well if it's past 2 o'clock. So we'll take a look at where that is in a little bit. Next to the Felt and Feather shop in England, they have their education and tours area where you can sign up to do the animal petting and various other attractions that they have here. And the sign right now of note, I wanted to show this. They have a sign asking if you want to pet a cow. They have a very nice drawing of a Howland cow in the window. If that's not an incentive to pet a cow, I don't know what is. Inside of the clock tower in England, they have a poster showing the lineup of concerts that are going to be happening during the Summer of Wonder. We're here on June 22nd, so Flo Rida is actually here today. Here's a look at the rest of the upcoming list, including the ever popular on August 10th, To Be Announced. I'm so excited for that one. But in all seriousness, the To Be Announced is Montel Jordan, as you'll see later in the video. Undercover here beside Tweedside Gifts is a restaurant that is currently known for the Summer of Wonder as Chicks in a Kilt. They have some special menu items, a chicken tender platter, a fried cauliflower bites, which is the same price as the chicken tender platter, which seems kind of expensive to me. But anyway, they also have some sweet potato fries served with a chipotle aioli. I'm not sure if we just missed this sign last time we were here or if they added it later, but they now have a sign in the window of Tweedside Gifts talking about the track pieces that they sell in here. It says coming soon, but they were already here 2 weeks ago, so I'm not sure if they're getting another batch of them or if they just did have this sign and we missed it. It does say that they're numbered and signed by Park President Kevin Lemke, and they have a statistic and information card on there, so if you're a big fan of the original Loch Ness Monster, you might have a chance to still collect a piece if they haven't sold out. Their previous summer celebration featured fireworks at night. I see here that the fireworks are still continuing for this event, and because the fireworks exist still, they're closing the railroad at 8:30. There are new signs on the ground pointing you to the Coke Freestyle machine station near Loch Ness Monster that we talked about in our last Busch Gardens video. They also mention a new Servant lime spritz that they have in the Freestyle machine. And here we go, the Coke Freestyle station with no walls around it. 3 shiny new Freestyle machines over here underneath of the Loch Ness Monster. They did a great job re-theming this area for the upgrade to the coaster. Over by the Carousel Horse photo opportunity, they put a new, beautiful, gigantic industrial-sized fan here by the park map. Hopefully this sticks around for the entire summer because it is really necessary. It's such a hot day and it's wonderful that they have this running today. As we mentioned earlier in the video, if you miss your chance to pick up a concert wristband at the front of the park, you can pick up a wristband by 5 o'clock at the Upgrade Center in Germany, which is here right as Germany becomes Oktoberfest, right near the Kinder Carousel. Fest House, the Oompa Band, has been removed for the season and has been replaced with an Oompa Band. Oktoberzest is back in the Fest House now for the summer months. They have 4 shows daily at 12, 2, 4, and 6. Of course, I'm only joking. Oktoberzest is way more of a stage show and less of a band performance, but the music in the performance is very Oompa inspired. For those of you 21 and older, if the heat is getting to you, you need something nice and refreshing, they now have free beer for members and pass holders and 50-cent beer for everyone else over at the Welcome Center in Germany. They do this every summer. It's a nice touch. It's a nice way to cool down if you're thirsty. Even though beer will dehydrate you, but hey, it helps. Das Edelweiss over in Germany has a current special menu for Summer of Wonder. Their menu includes a chicken and waffle funnel cake and a snow cone in various flavors. In between the Germany bathrooms and the Germany Welcome Center is this giant piece of artwork that you can stand in front of for a photo opportunity. The really cool thing about this is that they actually tell you who painted this. This particular piece of art was done by Dathan Kane. It gives you his bio here and lets you know he's from Hampton, Virginia. That's a cool touch. From what we were reading, there should be more of these around the park, so I'm looking forward to finding the other ones. Here's another awesome mural in New France. This particular mural with the Cardinals is done by Hamilton Glass from Richmond, Virginia. Two interesting things about Acadia Traders in New France. They've both been here for a little bit, but we've never mentioned them on the channel before. Number one, right next to the Acadia Traders sign is this little birdhouse. It's probably an active birdhouse and not just for show, I'm not sure, but it's a nice little hidden detail that's easy to miss if you're just walking by. The other thing is, at least since this year's Food and Wine Festival, maybe even before then, but we didn't notice it until the Food and Wine Festival, they've been serving sangrias inside of Acadia Traders. You can walk in and ask to try. It's probably about the same as the price of the wine samplers at the other stores around the park. Okay, so I went inside and asked. It's not a tasting sampler like most of the other stores. It's just a single sangria, so they charge $12.99 for the sangria. Over by the bathrooms near Invader and the Scrambler, there's another one of those industrial-sized fans, so I'm glad to see multiple fans around this park on a day like today. I love the chalk-drawn signs they have out in front of some rides. They also have one out in front of Dark Coaster. But of note here with Le Scoot, I wanted to mention that Le Scoot does close earlier than the park. As a matter of fact, it closes a couple of hours before the park closes. So be aware if you plan to ride Le Scoot here. In front of Caribou Pottery in New France, there's another Summer of Wonder sign. They have a plain, I assume it's plain air painters here. The Williamsburg Artist Group every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday during the Summer of Wonder, and there's a website address on Facebook for the artist group. Unfortunately, they don't list today's artist, even though we are here on a Saturday, so I couldn't tell you, unfortunately, who is here today for this event. As we walked by Caribou Pottery later in the day, they actually did add the names of the artists on here, Karen Krajewski and Lucinda Miller, who both of them are over to the left here. Three Rivers Funnel Cakes right at the entrance or exit to New France, depending on which way you're going. You can see they have Summer of Wonder colored flags out in front celebrating Summer of Wonder. We read online that they're supposed to be having a Summer of Wonder menu, including a banana pudding funnel cake here, which sounds really interesting, but for some reason, they're not open. and they don't plan to open all day, judging by the sign. So I'm not sure what's going on. They were closed all day last time we were here too. Very strange. The stage right next to Josephine's Ice Cream Parlor has been transformed to the Coke Studio soundstage, featuring a soundstage DJ. There's no sign, unfortunately, out in front right now showing who's going to be performing here today, but they do say on the website that there will be a DJ performance daily during this event, the Summer of Wonder. So we might stop by later to see who's out here. Like the artists in New France, the DJ booth is also going later in the day. I guess we were just over there too earlier. Josephine's Ice Cream Parlor in France has a few Summer of Wonder special menu items. The Oreo Overload Bubble Cone Sundae, including a chocolate bubble cone. I'm honestly not sure what a bubble cone is, so I'm going to have to look farther into that one. Also a strawberry bubble cone sundae and a pina colada milkshake. And you looks like it says you pairs well with Tito's vodka, so I'm not sure whether you can have it added directly to it or they need to keep it two separate drinks, but there you go. So we're trying the pina colada milkshake. We got the Tito's added to it, so they will add the Tito's to the drink inside of Josephine's. The addition of the Tito's was $5 more, so it came up to be $14.99 rather than the $9.99 that's on the menu. So we both felt basically the same about the drink. We noticed that it hits you pretty hard with some pineapple on the first sip, but then has a subtle little coconut kick at the back of your throat afterwards. It's still subtle, it's not super obvious, but it still tastes really good. We both really enjoyed it. However, we were a little bit upset that the vodka flavor didn't come through very strongly. You really don't notice very well that there's even alcohol in it, so we're not entirely sure that the addition of the vodka was worth it. But if you don't mind, if you're okay not actually tasting the alcohol, you'll still probably enjoy this drink. We both really liked it, and we both gave it an A, so we definitely recommend it. In France, they put up these fun little umbrellas hanging between the buildings. They give little dots of shade on the ground, which is nice. It's a nice decorative choice and a good choice to cool down. Here's a look at a bigger version of the board that we saw in the clock tower in England listing the Summer of Wonder concert lineup. It's right next to the amphitheater where the concerts actually take place over here in France, which is also subsequently right next to La Belle Wine Bar if you're looking for where to go. There's another photo spot here back behind the Lorkeet Glen near where the margarita area was during Food and Wine. This one I don't think counts as one of these special murals that was drawn by a local artist. This one is actually done by Busch Gardens. It doesn't have a sign next to it saying who was responsible for drawing this, but it's still pretty cool nonetheless. In between the wolves and the lorikeets is probably the biggest mural that we've seen yet. These turtles and lorikeets that are flying by in the background. It's a really, really well done mural. This particular one is done by Sarah Gallahan from Winchester, Virginia. Another industrial sized fan right outside of Ireland right before you get to the Eagles. So that's 3 if you're looking for places to keep cool. The wall on the back side of Castle O'Sullivan is a work in progress, or at least that's what the sign over here says. Live painting going on from June 17th to June 28th. Actually, I do see now where it's not finished. The part right in the center isn't finished yet, but the rest of it looks great. The artist is hearing impaired, according to this sign, and the artist is Nico Cathcart from Richmond, Virginia. Here's the rest of the finished portion of the mural. That's cool that they're painting right on the stonework here. Some butterflies and some rings are hanging from wires going all throughout Ireland. I think this is a pretty cool touch, a little bit unexpected. Goes along with the umbrellas that we saw over in France. Last time we were in front of this stage in front of the Abbey Stone Theatre, there was a sign advertising to show the Abbey Taverns rather than Dublin Over. We thought that Dublin Over might have been replaced, but Nope, Dublin Over is still here. As a matter of fact, the Abbey Taverns is also still here. They have split shows over here now. So depending on what time you visit, you can see one of two different shows now. These have probably always been here, but we just now noticed them for the first time, probably because it's warm enough for them to actually be moving around. There are turtles in the little lake that's right below Finnegan's Flyer. There's several of them. I don't know if I can get all of them without the gimbal acting crazy, but I'll try to show as many as I can. That's really cool that there's some turtles in here. We never realized that until today. Well, there's something you don't see every day. And then, as you saw in the intro, we have this Better Together mural that is right at the end of the fenced-in area where they keep the Clydesdales. This mural was created by Liz Gray, the Greater Good, and she is from Lynchburg, Virginia. Finally, after months of waiting, Squire's Grill is open, and you can see they've added some seating out here. Not too many tables, but enough. They can't really put more than this because it will block the walkways. But I'm very happy to see that this is open. They said it would open in the spring, and it just barely made the cut. They also have this window over here, this walk-up window that we have been looking at before. We were wondering if they would have it so that you could get food inside or outside. This is technically something separate. You can see from the sign, this is Squire's Sweets. So they have a different menu here. They actually have it on the outside for you to look at. They have your choice of a few different funnel cakes. And they also have some self-serve ice cream and sundaes and floats. So yeah, it's just a treat place. You want to go inside for the real food. On the back side of Squire's, near the Globe bathrooms, they also added a few more tables, a new seating area back here. So it's not hard to find seating for Squire's right now. Let's take a look at the updated decor inside. This place looks so much different than it did when we were here last. It's almost unrecognizable. There's a cool painting over by the register too that I almost missed. As well as this painting on the other side. Here's a look at their menu. They have actually a much larger menu than most of the places you'll find in here. They have chili and cheese smothered burger, a few other types of burgers, including a Beyond Burger, grilled chicken sandwich, chicken tenders, a garden salad, a wrap. They also have some kids meals, some sides, and some desserts. Several different desserts, so it's a pretty good menu here. Here's a look at the second room of the Squire's Grill, also well decorated. I love the suits of armor that they added up high. Even more important is the fact that they added multiple different pickup lines, so they will give you a number of which lane to wait in to pick up your food, and you can go over there and grab it. So it spreads out the crowd, makes it less of a cluster in here. So that's a really smart move. They also put the desserts in a case right here so you can see what you're getting if you order the dessert. And last but not least, the beverage station is at the far side. So at Squire's, Jen got the grilled chicken sandwich, which comes with fries. It can also come with lettuce and tomato if you choose, but Jen declined. I got a bacon cheeseburger, which also comes with fries. And it's self-serve condiments, so I got some ketchup and mustard. Jen got some mayonnaise in her sandwich. She also got a side salad, which you can see fork for size reference. It's not that big, but I guess a side salad is not what it's supposed to be. In total, after our season pass discount, it came up to be $55.45. So unfortunately, Jen found her chicken sandwich to be a bit dry. She said that she strongly recommends you put a lot of condiments on it if you choose to get the chicken sandwich. Of course, she did leave the lettuce and tomato off, so that may also help with the dryness if you had to add the lettuce and the tomato, but as the sandwich stand, she thought it was pretty dry. She also thought that the fries were a little bit potatoey and thick, which, you know, some people may like that. I personally like that because I agree they are pretty potatoey. I like fries that way. She doesn't, so she wasn't a huge fan of them. They have a kind of seasoning salt on them, so they have more of a flavor than just your standard French fry with just regular table salt on them, so that's a nice touch at least. But yeah, Jen wasn't a huge fan of those. However, she did say that the salad was nice and refreshing. She got a balsamic vinaigrette dressing on it, which she enjoyed, and she said that the salad itself actually saved this whole meal. As a whole, she gives it a C+. She said without the salad, it probably would have been a C-. My burger, while it wasn't dry per se, it's not the most flavorful. It's pretty good. The bacon is unfortunately kind of chewy, but I guess that's to be expected from a theme park. You can see how well done the meat is, which is also to be expected from a theme park. So I'm not going to knock them for having a well done burger, but if you're expecting, you know, something gourmet, you're going to be disappointed. Because I kept my expectations low, knowing how theme park burgers are, and you know, I already gave my thoughts on the fries. I thought they were decent. I would give this a B, a solid middle of the road B for this meal. Outside of Escape from Pompeii, on a very popular walkway, they have this mural, "I Am Virginian," showcasing the different cultures that make up the state of Virginia. And this particular mural was done by Trevor Lucas, Anomaly Art Studio, from Virginia Beach, Virginia. What's better than an industrial-sized fan? An industrial-sized fan that actually mists. The fan is over here by the Vesta Italia bathrooms near the rapids. Roman Rapids is the same as the Scoot. It closes a couple of hours before the park actually closes. Like we saw over in New France, over in Italy, they also have the Summer of Wonder plein air painters from the Williamsburg artist group. But again, they don't list who's here today, even though we are here on a Saturday. So that's unfortunate. I can't see what kind of art is going on or give credit to the artist. You can hear in the background the Sounds of San Marco show going on for the Summer of Wonder. They've split it into two separate shows. The second one being the Sounds of San Marco Summer of Wonder Showcase. Unfortunately, as you can see, there are no shows for the Summer of Wonder Showcase today, so we aren't sure exactly when these shows will be going on, but they still have the regular traditional Sounds of San Marco show going on daily. They've also added a big Summer of Wonder ad to the first awning that you pass under going from Italy to Oktoberfest on the bridge. The opposite end of the bridge has these paper koi hanging up for decoration as well. October Taps is open for the Summer of Wonder, but they have a rotating selection of draft beers for $13.99 or $15.49 depending on size, as usual. So the selection of beers may have changed, but the type of offering here has not. The Prost Patio has a shout out to the Williamsburg artist group. They have the sign for the plein air painters over here, and also still doesn't have a list of who today's artist is. But they do have this cool backdrop over here with chairs and a bunch of finger paints on the wall over here. It's kind of a neat backdrop. Right next to the Verbolten car is this giant love mural. It's got a nice shout out to both Griffin and Loch Ness Monster on the V, and a good selection of the animals you can find at the park on the L. It's really neat. It's right in front of Verbolten near the car. The Islands Freeze over in Oktoberfest has their own Summer of Wonder special items. They have a Loch Ness lemonade, which is alcoholic, featuring Tito's vodka and Midori melon, as well as obviously lemonade. They also have a Rosewater raspberry refresher, and they have your 16 and 20 ounce draft beers as well. Your gratuitous Dark Coaster wait time update. At 4:45 in the afternoon on a Saturday. It is a 75-minute wait at this time. So that's everything that we noticed for the Summer of Wonder event at Busch Gardens. Please let us know in the comments below if there's anything that we missed. Also, we really thought that the improvement that was made to Squire's Grill was great. They did a great job gutting the inside and revamping it. We like their menu. Their menu overall is kind of similar to how it was, burgers and chicken tenders, but they increased the variety of things you can get there, the different types of burgers. So even though the food that we had was not quite what we had hoped, so, there's enough variety there that we'd be happy to go back and try something else. So we'll be back there sometime in the near future. So we really hope you enjoyed our trip around looking at this brand new event going on here. If you did, we'd appreciate it if you would give this video on the channel a thumbs up, and also subscribe. Both the like and subscribe are a big help to the channel. Also, please be sure to check out our Instagram page that's appearing over Jen's head right now. And right below that is our Fred's handle. At the bottom of the screen is our email address. Please feel free to email us any comments, questions, concerns, constructive criticism, whatever. We read everything and we appreciate the feedback. So thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for watching, but the fun's not over yet. Click the box in front of my face for another fun video, or click my tree to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss another video.